These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Pimpy. It says, and this is from March 20th. It says, today was supposed to be the big day. What did these other YouTubers say? Boom. Before you know it, the budget was going to change. We would get the big rate change and we'd be skipping our way to the bank. This is why I tell you, don't get overly excited about good news. Don't get overly down about bad news. I hear this all the time, and then I become the boogeyman. Why? Because I'm saying read. Whether it's contract rates, redemption centers, humanitarian projects, ridiculous 800 numbers, to me, all those things sound like scams. They want you to send your dinar to that location. Where's your security? We all want the same thing. We want the RV to happen, but there are other indicators that we can watch out for. Slow down, hang tight. All right. Jeff says back in 1973, the value of the dinar against the dollar was $3.37. Iraq is the wealthiest country in the world. Iraq's worth more money than Kuwait. The reason Kuwait has the highest value currency in the world is when they changed their rate, they unpegged their currency from the US dollar and repegged to the highest valued currency assortment basket. It's called the Kuna basket. The value of their currency against the US dollar is approximately $3.28. Iraq has more minerals in their soil. They've got gold, lithium, diamonds, natural gas. They're the wealthiest country in the world. There's a very good chance that when the rate changes, Iraq could do what Kuwait did and unpeg from the US dollar and peg to that same currency assortment basket called the Kuna, the highest valued basket in the world. All right, walking stick via Guru Frank 26. The Saturday meetings are concluded. Next week, they will add more meetings to the next phase. Frank 26 says, taxes, they are raping us. They're going to destroy you. They're going to kill your investment. They're going to take your money. I pray to God you know what you're doing. Note, consult your tax professionals and financial advisors at the appropriate time. Pimpy says, I do expect they'll go back sooner or later to that fiscal period from the beginning of April all the way through March. Could it be this time around? Maybe. That's why they're stalling. Could be, but where are we? March 20th. There are 31 days in this month. If they're going to try to make that deadline, they have got to get this over and done with ASAP. Can they retro? Of course they can. Is the rate change going to be in there? The 2021 budget? There's a political bloc right now that is refusing to vote. They're boycotting unless the rate change is in there. But what they're demanding is to be restored to where it just was. 11.90 dinar per $1. All right, Adam Montana says, I'm going to run through this one pretty quick because it's very simple to explain. That's a good thing. Simple equals easy to conclude, which also translates loosely to soon. Oil is slightly lower than in my last update, $61.42, but it's still in the good range. Anything in the 60s is great as far as I'm concerned. More importantly, however, is all the HCL talk. I can confirm this is true. Iraq is dealing with the HCL as we speak, and I think it's going to get done this time. Our article quote, it is noteworthy that the oil ministry's sudden announcement of the draft oil and gas law coincides with marathon negotiations between Baghdad and the Kurdistan region regarding the latter's share in the 2021 budget and the mechanism for managing his oil file. The budget was completed some time ago, and Baghdad and Kurds were even in agreement on the original budget that was preliminarily approved. The fact that there are now disputes that are tied to the oil and gas law tells us very clearly that they're not arguing over a few dinars. They're arguing over a lot of dinars, which is also dollars. My friends, we are closing in on a spectacular finish. I'm looking forward to it. I know many of you are as well. Hang tight. This might get bumpy before it's over. Oh boy, will it be worth it. Go RV. All right, Jeff says there's conflicting news. You have some articles telling you everything's kosher between Kurdistan and Baghdad and that they will resolve their differences and complete the budget next Sunday. Then you had another article telling you, no, wait a second. This political bloc says nope, that until the rate change gets increased, they're not going to be able to approve the budget. My gut is telling me they're not going to change the rate at this time. There will be no budget approval. Mark Z says, I'm told you will have 10 days to set our appointment and 30 days to exchange. All right, and lastly, Pimpy says there is a political bloc that is refusing to vote. They're boycotting unless the rate change is in there, the 2021 budget. But what they're demanding is it to be restored to $11.90 for $1. Some people thought that meant they could go back to the old rate. I would love it if they did that. Could they still do that? Yes, they might. But there's no indication that they will. Would they announce it? No. When Kuwait did their switch, in the news they told everybody that it wasn't going to happen for a while. Then they turned around, they did it the next day or the day after. Anything is possible, but the first and foremost, we definitely got to make sure what's going on in Erbil, Baghdad, get their things ironed out so we can get this budget passed. So now they're postponing the vote for 1 week.